Welcome back to the first year chemistry. So in the inorganic chemistry we have the chapter on classification of the elements and periodicity in properties. When we consider these elements, to study the properties of the elements, it is very difficult because they are very large in number. Hence, we have to classify them into various groups. We should make them into a group and study the property of each group so that the other elements coming under the similar group will have the same property. So this idea of classification of the element was started in very early 19th century. So in the first attempt, the person by name Daubert-Régnier, he classified the element in the year 1829 in the form of triads. So he classified the elements into group of three in such a way that all the three elements are having similar chemical properties, almost similar physical and chemical properties, and the atomic weight of the middle element is an average of the atomic masses of the first and last element. For example, when we consider this lithium, sodium and potassium, lithium has got the atomic mass of 7. Potassium has got atomic mass of around 39. So atomic mass of sodium is 23, an average of 39 and 7. Similarly, the next three elements, calcium, strontium and barium. Calcium has got about 40, strontium has got 87 and barium has got 137. So the average of these two is around 177 divided by 2, that is around 87. Similarly, Daubert-Régnier classified the various elements available at his time into the group of three. But as the number of elements were increased by their discoveries, to include them in the various triads it becomes difficult. That's why the next attempt was done by Newlands. Newlands octaves. He classified the elements into the group 7 groups. Every 8th element is having the similar property as compared to that of the first one. So it's just like the musical note. Sa re ga ma pa da ni. Again 8th note will be same. 9th note will be same as the second one. In a similar way, Newland classified the elements into group of 7. For example, if you start from this lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen and fluorine. There are 7 elements. The next element, that is actually sodium, will come under this sodium, lithium. Similarly, beryllium, calcium, boron, aluminium, carbon, silicon, nitrogen, phosphorus, oxygen, sulfur, fluorine, chlorine. So similarly, 8th element will be having the similar property as compared to the previous first element. That is first and 8th, second and 9th, third and 10th. So like that, he classified the element into the Newlands, octaves. But after the discovery of the noble gases, it is difficult to include in the octaves. So it is not the 8th element, it becomes the 9th element. So the next attempt was made by this Mendeleev's classification. He classified these elements based on their atomic masses. So he considered two important statements. The fundamental property of the element depends on the atomic mass of the particular element, and when we arrange the elements in the increasing order of their atomic masses. So there is a repetition after a regular interval. At that time of Mendeleev's, in the year 1869, only 63 elements were available. So he classified the group elements into 8 groups, first to 8. In each of these first to 7th, each group is divided into 2 parts that is two subgroups A and B. And the eighth group contains three elements each. Three elements each. So he classified the elements into the groups of 1 to 8, 8 vertical columns. In each of 1 to 7th group, each group is divided into two subgroups A and B. And the 8th group contains three elements each. And there are 7 periods, that is horizontal rows, which are called as the periods. So those elements which are available at that time, 63 elements available at this time, he classified the elements into these 7 periods and 8 groups. While writing these elements into various groups, he mainly given the concentration on the physical and chemical properties. And he arranged the elements in the increasing order of their atomic masses. So the two statements, atomic weight is the property, is the fundamental property of all the elements, and properties of the elements are periodic functions of their atomic weights. So while arranging these elements into the various groups and subgroups, 7 periods, he gave the concentration on the increase in the atomic weights. While doing so, there are some ambiguities that are observed in the periodic classification. Instead of increase in the atomic masses, in some cases there is a decrease in the atomic mass. And while arranging these elements into various groups, he considered the isotopes in the same group. Even though there is change in the atomic mass, he did not place them in the different groups. He placed the isotopes of each elements in the same group, though there is an increase in the atomic mass. So that is another ambiguity faced by the periodic classification by the Mendeleev. And the other one is the position of the hydrogen is a difficult one. Okay, position of the hydrogen actually he is shown in the first group, but no other element is showing this property similar to that hydrogen. So these are some ambiguities or limitations or demerits of the Mendeleev's periodic classification. So we can write the demerits or limitations of the Mendeleev's classification. Mendeleev's classification. Those limitations are, in some cases there is a decrease in atomic mass, decrease in atomic weight, rather than increase. For example, in case of the tellurium and iodine, instead of increase in the atomic mass, there is a decrease in the atomic mass. Similarly, in case of the nickel and cobalt, instead of increase in the atomic mass, there is a decrease in the atomic mass. The second one is isotopes of an element are placed in same group, same place. So, since isotopes have different atomic masses, they should be shown separate places, but they are placed in the same group. The third one is position of hydrogen. Position of hydrogen is not confirmed. So these are the demerits or limitations of the Mendeleev's periodic table. There are merits also. Merits of periodic classification by the Mendeleev. Some places some places were kept vacant for new elements yet to be discovered. So he predicted that there are some elements available in the nature. At that time it were not available in the Mendeleev's time, but still he placed some places vacant. For example, he called the element to be discovered as Eka aluminium, which is to be placed below aluminium. But later it is found that it is gallium. Similarly, Eka silicon, he thought that there is an element available having the similar property to that of the silicon, but at that time it was not available. Later it is identified that it is germanium. So this is the advantage of the Mendeleev's classification. Second one is he corrected atomic masses. He corrected atomic weights of some elements. Okay, and by considering these limitations as well as the merits of the Mendeleev's classification, these are all the things because of the main property that he considered as the atomic weight. Atomic weight is the fundamental property of the element. So that's why there are some problems in the periodic classification. Later on it is found that when we observe the wavelengths of the X-rays emitted by the particular element, the graph of the square root of the frequency of the X-rays. So it is actually Moseley's experiment. He got the square root of frequency of the X-rays emitted by the particular element. It is found that it is directly proportional to the atomic number but not atomic weight. That is, he considered that for all the properties of the elements, atomic number is the basis, not atomic mass or atomic weight. That's why he defined the periodic law, which is actually named as the modern periodic law. So this modern periodic law can be stated as properties of the elements are periodic functions of their atomic numbers, not atomic weights. So he changed the basis for the classification of the elements into atomic numbers, not the atomic weights. So based on this modern periodic law, that is, the periodic table has been framed by considering the increase in the atomic numbers at regular intervals. There is an element available with the similar properties. So we will consider the classification based on the modern periodic law, and that table is actually named as the modern periodic table or long form of the periodic table. So that long form of the periodic table, what are the characteristics of the long form of the periodic table, that we will consider in the next video. Thank you.